Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I've been meaning to share some fabric with you guys. I got it in a little while ago, and it's just been sitting on the shelf, so I thought today is a good day. Let's check out some new fabric, okay? So, let's get started. Alright. Move my cutters out of the way. Alright, we got decent light. Not the best lighting, but it's okay. Alright, so the first line we are going to take a look at is this line here. It's like a wine inspired line. I don't think we've looked at these before, and if we have, my apologies. Let's take a look again, but I don't think I've shared these. Okay. So this first line is called Vineyard, and it's by Geoff Allen for StudioE. Oh, we're falling. Damn it. There we go. New setup. Doesn't always work. Okay, so this here is a pretty panel. And it's nice and simple. I think what I'm going to end up doing is making some stuff for the kitchen out of this. Is what I think this will end up being. So this might end up being like some pot holders and stuff like that. Let me get you guys up in a higher angle. Feeling a little under the weather today. You may notice my voice isn't like it normally is. That's why. I've been fighting a cold for some time. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so here's the panel that comes with this. Really nice. Has a border you could leave on or take off. So, nice little kind of vineyard scenery. Okay. I really like the colors on these, on this collection here. One second, guys. Wasn't quite as ready as I thought I was. Alright. There we go. Okay, so now with most lines comes these border prints that you get. This one here has a nice border print to it. This is a very StudioE has been coming out with what I would call maybe like juvenile prints, geared more towards, you know, children's and stuff like that. This is like a very mature line. I think it would make some great kitchen decoration. I got a sister-in-law that is really into wine in her kitchen. So then we got this print here. And this is just like the wine bottles and stuff of that nature. This would make a nice blender or background. There we go. Very pretty. I really like this line. To me, it can be kind of masculine or feminine depending on how you use it, because, you know, men and women both are wine people. I really like this. This is like a cobblestone design. This would make some really nice blender or anything, border. especially with it being stone. That would look neat. Kind of make it look like it's tile around whatever you're doing. I like this, the gold, very fancy schmancy. Now they're not saying what each individual print is called on these, but this is all from a collection called Vineyard, and it's by Geoff Allen, released by StudioE. Now here is the same print in like a nice two-tone green. I like that. It goes together nice. Okay. Now we've got, of course you can't have wine without grapes. So we've got a nice grape print. Very colorful. I think this whole line blends together very nicely. It's one thing I have noticed with StudioE is their lines really go together well. You can either use the fabrics together or they stand apart very nicely as well. Okay. Then we got olives. You know, Italy. Olive oil and wine. So this is an olive print they kind of thrown in. I think that'd go nicely. You could do something with that panel. And then here's purple in that same print that the gold and the green was in. That all looks nice together. See? That goes together quite nice. Hey Brandy, hey Misty. How is everyone doing? I thought I'd do a little impromptu fabric show and tell. So that is Vineyard by for StudioE. It's by a designer named Geoff Allen. So shout out to the male fabric designers out there. There are dudes that quilt. I'm one of them. Alright. So we'll put this one out of the way and we'll move on to another one. Alright. Now, here is a line, and this one is from Blank Quilting this time. Okay, it's another kind of construction-y kids design. I think this one is the same. Yeah, that goes. Okay. Nice boys line. Got trucks and construction equipment and so on. And let me see, this is called Going Places, and it's by Nutshell Designs for Blank Quilting. Okay. So we got dump trucks and cranes and graders, track hoes. All kinds of what's nots. Now, like I said before, the border print. Here's how they did their border print. I'll get you turned around. This one's cars, buses. You got a guy towing a boat. These are all tires and rims. Pretty cute, pretty cute. So this one isn't necessarily construction. Seems like it's got quite a little bit of everything thrown in there. Now we go to the boats. Boats on the water. There we go. Hey Mary, how you doing, dear? All right. So this one isn't really a panel, but it's more of just an all-over print. Kind of just town. Got the stream going through it with the boats and the cars and the bridges and whatnot. This reminds me of one of those old play mats that you used to have. A carpet you could roll out, play with your Matchbox cars on. Alright. So here's more of that other construction-y fabric, but it's done in the white background instead of the blue this time. So pretty nice. And we got here, this is kind of neat, a little crazy on the eyes. This is traffic signals. If you can see that, I'll try to get it, but prints like this are normally kind of crazy on the camera. So that's what that is. It's like a weave of traffic signals. We're moving through these kind of quick. We got a couple more to do. So we got an all over print. And this one is cars and buses, and you got a guy towing his camper and police cars. So pretty cute. Kind of the standard boys or girls little print. Here's a nice cityscape. You got the buildings and a little bit of greenery. Here's a nice blender. This is all tires and rims in the background. So kind of simple, kind of reads as a polka dot if you're not looking at it. This is a pretty busy collection, so. And we got airplanes, another mode of transportation. You had your boats before, now you got your airplanes. And here's another nice little border print that they like to do. So this time we got boats, we got planes, and now we got trains. Nice little assortment. You got your old style train, new style, cargo. You got the railroad tracks. Pretty creative. This could be a really nice little quilt for some little boy. And we got more tires. Now they're done white tires on a black background. Kind of the same as the other, but a little reverse. Okay. This is called Going Places. And it's by Nutshell Designs, and it's a blank quilting company release. Here's the panel with this. Let's see if we can get that in there. Panels are always kind of tough to show because you want to zoom in for the fabric, but then you need to kind of zoom out to show the panel. There we go. I'll give you an idea. So that's kind of different. You got a little bit of everything. They've kind of tied in boats and trains and construction and cityscape and all that. Kind of a creative collage. And then the last one, kind of a patchwork. A patchwork print. Is that one there. So that one ties it all together. So you could really go in a bunch of different directions with this one collection. So that's kind of cool. Alright. So that was Going Places. And that is by Nutshell. Let me find one that's not cut. So this was Going Places, and it's by Nutshell Designs. And that was released through Blank Quilting. There we go. So Nutshell Designs for Blank Quilting, and it's called Going Places. Okay, so I'm coming up here on one of my favorites. Let's try to move you all around here. Trying to get you situated. I've moved my studio around, trying to make for a little bit easier filming, a little bit easier quilting. So this is video 1 of the new setup. So we're working through some kinks. Alright. So we got 2 more bundles here. Oh. Excuse me. Alright. So this one I think is really cute. This one is a nice little fantasy dragon line. Hold on. And this is Whirly-Gig Magic by Leanne Anderson and Kaytlyn Keebler of the Whole Country Caboodle. Boy, that's a mouthful. Okay. Whirly-Gig by Leanne Anderson and Kaytlyn Keebler of the Whole Country Caboodle. And this is a Henry Glass line. Okay. I really like Henry Glass. Alright, so this is a more of a whimsical dragon fantasy type line. Really cute. I really like this. I like the blues and the greens. I like the color palette on this one here. So with this one you got your dragons, of course. Next is footprints. All the different kinds of footprints with some dragonflies and bugs thrown in. Let's see. Try and get you a little closer. Some of these smaller prints are a little tough to see for the camera. But there you go. Those are cool. Now, once again with these daggone panels. This is a big, bright, cheery one, though. It says, dream big, be humble, strong, kind, and brave. So, I'll give you an idea. So you got your dragon with your rainbow. Like I said up there, it says dream big, be humble, strong, kind, and brave. Those are some good words to teach The young ones, be nice to each other. Spread some love. Then you got your castle, some dragons, a little wizard down there. I'm really liking this line. Very playful. Okay. Now we got more of the dragons, just different color background. And you can't really, you may not be able to read it, but on the fabric there, kind of shadowed, it mimics that same thing. Dream big, be kind, be brave. So this is a very encouraging line on top of being dragons and wizards. So we got this one here, nice and yellow. And then I'm guessing this is like dragon scales, probably, is what I would assume. That's what I get from it. There we go. So dragon scale print, nice little color pop. Here's that same other print. Doing it in red now. And then we've got more footprints and dragonflies and bugs. And here is those words, and this comes in two colorways, the light and the dark. You can make a really positive quilt out of this. It's got the believe, make a wish, curious, stay strong, whirligig. Okay. So this is called Whirly-Gig Magic by Leanne Anderson and Kaytlyn Keebler of the Whole Country Caboodle. And this is a Henry Glass line. You can go to henryglassfabrics.net and find this line. Okay, we got two more. So this here is actually a book. You said you do the reading program. Well, this is a soft book panel, and it's got the instructions on how to put it together. Let's zoom out here. So each one of these here is a page, and then it tells you down here how to put them together and how to sew them. And then this ends up being a book. So that's pretty cool. You could put some like potato chip bags in the center of them and make it like a crunchy, loud book for the babies, you know, a little noise maker. Something to keep them interested and play with. Okay, now, here's one of them border lines, border prints. And this is a really nice one, actually. I really like this. So you got quite a bit going on here. With the dragons and the be kind, and so yeah, it's really pretty. I really like this line. It's a lot of whimsy. I like the dragons, and I especially like the positive message that goes along with it, because that's something I try to strive. Be positive, be happy, be kind to one another. And there we are. And there's the name, Whirly-Gig Magic. Alright, and that was the Henry Glass Fabrics. Now, this last one here is kind of one of my favorites so far. You can do quite a bit with this line. You can keep some of everything and make it more of a child's line, or you can use some of just the prints and make it a really neat, more of an adult line. Alright, so here's what we are looking at. Look how beautiful these are. Look at that. This is Irish Folk, and this is by Color Principle, and this is another Henry Glass fabric. Look how incredible these are. This is the first panel with all these blocks. You could cut these out, add them to a black background. Boy, them things will pop. I really like that. Okay, on to the next one. This one was kind of my favorite line, and it's pretty versatile, and here's why. I say it's kind of, you can make it juvenile or you could make it more serious. So here's the panel. And this would be, if you're wanting to make it a little more juvenile, you could use this panel. And it's got a little bit of borders on the top. So you get a couple more squares out of it. Same thing on the bottom. So really nice panel. Not too often that you see some St. Patty's Day fabric. So we got that coming up in March. We may make something for old St. Patty's Day out of this. Then you got, of course, your leprechauns. Oh, look at the Irish here. Leave that alone. What are you grabbing for? Alright. So this is just a big repeat. Really nice and bright. It'll be a great background, great filler. Now they got prints like this as well, and to me this is more of a grown-up print. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Big Celtic knot pattern. Isn't that pretty? And we got some clover leaves. Nice and simple. Right? And then here we have more of the Celtic designs here. Celtic, as some people say, Celtic knots. Here's the same thing, a little bit lighter tone. This to me reads more of a yellowy, yellow-green. That's nice like the other one. So yeah, I really like this line. I'm kind of inspired by this. I think we could do something with this. Green and blues happen to be my favorite colors. So I really like this. And the green on the black just looks great. Anything against a black background really pops nice. And then we've got, so they've done these, excuse me, they've done these clovers in the white, the black, and now the green. I think out of all of them though, the black really pops the best. So there's all three of them together. That black really stands out. And then, like all of them, you have your border print. So, really nice braids. Very pretty. So, I kind of like this. This one's probably, I like this one and that first one, the wine. So this one here is called Irish Folk. And it's by Color Principle. And it's for Henry Glass. There we go. You can find them at henryglassfabrics.net. So there we go. We had Irish Folk from Henry Glass. Then we had the Whirly-Gig Magic, and that was by Leanne Anderson and Kaytlyn Keebler for the whole country Caboodle, also a Henry Glass fabric. Remember that was the one with the cute dragons and castles and so on. And then we had this line here. And this was Going Places. And this was Nutshell Designs for Blank Quilting. Blankquilting.net to find this. And the first one, which was this wine fabric that I really like. We're going to do something with this too. I think this is going to be pot holders and whatnot. Maybe an apron. But this was called Vineyard. And this was by Geoff Allen. And that was a StudioE fabric. And you can find them at studiofabrics.net. So there you go. Alright, so that's it. Kind of something something simple today. I've had those sitting around. Wanted to show you guys, maybe get some ideas on what to do with them. And just do another quick live. The idea going into 2020 is to try to do a little bit more content, try to be a little more active, and do some more lives and try to do more projects that are more focused. Generally when I do a live, it's pretty much just me. I'm in the studio kind of bringing you guys in to see what I'm working on. So we're going to do a little bit more focusing. So when you guys are watching it, there's kind of a purpose to it. And then we're going to work on more YouTube stuff. If you haven't found us on YouTube, look up Quilting on a Budget on YouTube. We have a channel. It's growing. We're working on more content. I'm producing a couple videos right now, working on them to get them uploaded. So you can find us there. As always, thank you for being a part of this. Thanks for watching. Love every one of you, and thanks for supporting. If you enjoyed any of these fabrics, check them out online. I'm not sure where you can get them. Check with your local quilt store first, because I don't know what your quilt store carries. So always shop local, shop your quilt store, and then if you can't find it, maybe go to Amazon. But keep in mind, if we put all of our local quilt shops out of business, we're going to have a hard time. You know, Amazon doesn't know how to quilt, so keep that in mind. So anyway, love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll probably be on here this weekend for the Busy Vehicles, the Craftsman quilt pattern, connecting threads will work well. I will check that out, Misty. So appreciate it. Love you guys. I am out of here, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.